Hi. This is a year-by-year introduction to the history of Japanese horse racing. Now, I'd like to explain, again with eating Japanese snacks. This time, it's about 1985. First, the Triple Crown race for males. Yayoi Sho and Spring Stakes often attract attention as trial races for Satsuki Sho. The winner of the Yayoi Sho was Suda Hawk, and the runner-up was Sakura Sunio. And in the Spring Stakes, in addition to Scrum Dyna and Daigo Tatsugiki, who were 2-year-old champions the previous year, Miho Shinzen also competed. Although this was Miho Shinzen's first graded race, due to the strength of his previous races, he was the favorite over the two champions, and he lived up to expectations by winning the race. On the day of Satsuki Sho, Miho Shinzen was the favorite. Miho Shinzen showed his speed as expected and won by 5 lengths. He was still undefeated, and it was hoped that he might be the third consecutive Triple Crown winner, following Mr. CB 2 years earlier and Simbali Rudolph the year before. However, the day after the Satsuki Sho race, a fracture was found in Miho Shinzen's left leg. This made his participation in the Derby impossible. The favorite in the Derby was Sirius Simbali. He had won 3 of the 5 races before the Derby, but this was his first time in a graded race. I looked him up and couldn't figure out why he was the favorite in the Derby. Even though Miho Shinzen was absent, Scrum Dyna, Sakura Sunio, and others who placed high in the Satsuki Sho were still in the Derby. Well, however, it was Sirius Simbali who won the race, although I did not know why Sirius Simbali was the favorite. Suda Hawk came in second and Scrum Dyna came in third. The battle then continues 5 months later with the Kikasho. Sirius Simbali flew to Europe after the Derby. He stayed in Europe for an extended period of time to continue racing. Therefore, he did not compete in the Kikasho. Miho Shinzen's fracture was minor and he returned in September at the St. Lai Kinen. But due to the muddy track caused by the rain, he finished 5th. He was not good at muddy courses. In the Kobe Shimbun Cup held on the same day, Speed Hero won the race, with Suda Hawk coming in 5th. The following month they ran together in the Kyoto Shimbun Cup. The result was a complete victory for Miho Shinzen, with Speed Hero in 2nd and Suda Hawk also in 5th. In the Kikasho, Miho Shinzen was the favorite to win the race and lived up to expectations. Miho Shinzen won the Double Crown. Suda Hawk came in 2nd. Some say that if Miho Shinzen had been able to run in the Derby without breaking a bone, he might have been a Triple Crown winner, but the Derby was probably difficult for him because the course was muddy and rain was not his favorite. Here are the next Triple Crown races for female horses. In Oka Sho, the 3 horses that placed high in the trial races were the favorites. Elps won the trial race, followed by Royal Cosmer in 2nd and Takara Steel in 3rd. Elps and Takara Steel have met 3 times so far, and even though Elps has won all of them, Takara Steel was favored as the favorite. But Takara Steel lost again this time. She finished 15th. The winner was Elps. 2nd place went to Royal Cosmer, with the same result as the trial race. Miss Tategami came in 3rd. She was the favorite in the next Oaks. Elp's pedigree is suited to short distances, and moreover, she was an estrus, which came around the time of the Oaks, so she was not in good physical condition. Therefore, she is the 2nd favorite. But it was no Hakobune who won the race. Noa no Hakobune is a Japanese word meaning Noah's Ark. To my surprise, she was the 21st favorite. Elps was a dismal 15th place finisher. Elps competed in the Autumn Handicap in September and won by a runaway margin. She won a mixed male-female race, which makes this win worthwhile. She then entered the Rose Stakes and finished second. Noa no Hakobune also competed here, where she finished 11th. The favorite in the Queen Elizabeth Cup, the last race of the female Triple Crown, was Asakasa Scale. Although Asakasa Scale had only made her debut 6 months earlier, she had won 4 races and her last race was the Grade 3 Queen Stakes, which she won by 5 lengths. But the race was won by a horse named Reward Wing. She had just moved up to the open class in September and was the 6th favorite in this Queen Elizabeth Cup. In the Triple Crown races for females, it is especially common for the races not to be decided according to pre-race evaluations. The girls were probably still mentally unstable or had other factors. Now let's look at the shorter races. The previous year, Nihon Pillow winner won the mile championship after returning from injury, and this year he was able to compete in the Yasuda Kinen as planned. He has won 2 of the 3 races so far this year. The only race he lost was the Osaka Cup, an unsuitable race for him at 2,000 meters. Therefore, the favorite in the Yasuda Kinen was naturally Nihon Pillow winner. His last race was the Spring Cup, and the top horses in that race followed him. And the race was won by Nihon Pillow winner. In second place was Suzumak. He was the second-placed horse in the Derby the previous year. The mile championship in November was the retirement race for Nihon Pillow winner, the king of the mile races. His last race was a middle-distance race and a good one, but more on that later. In this mile championship, there were no strong opponents other than Nihon Pillow winner, and the result was an overwhelming victory for him. In second place was Tasho Pegasus. Thus, Nihon Pillow winner retired and his reign ended. Now, let's look at the middle and long distance races. In the Tenno Sho Spring, Simbali Rudolph, who had won the Triple Crown the previous year, and his senior by a year, Triple Crown winner Mr. CB, faced off again. Rudolph had won the Nikkei Sho as a prep race, while CB had unexpectedly finished second in the Osaka Cup as a prep race. In addition to them, there were Goldway, Nishino Raiden, and others who had run well in the Triple Crown race the previous year. The Triple Crown horses so far have faced off twice, with Rudolph winning both. CB took the Letterly in a long spurt in an attempt to beat Rudolph, but Rudolph passed him midway down the final stretch. Rudolph went on to finish first and win his 5th Grade 1 title. In second place was Sakurai Senator. And Mr. CB lost in 5th place. He retired in October without ever running another race after this one, so this was consequently his last race. Simbali Rudolph had plans to go to Europe with Sirius Simbali, the winner of this year's Derby. Prior to his trip to Europe, Rudolph had registered to run in the Takarazuka Kinen but cancelled just before the race due to lameness. Because of this, his European expedition was also cancelled. He then did not race and went straight to Tenno Sho Autumn. Takarazuka Kinen was won by Suzuka Koban, with Sakurai Sen in second place. They were both horses that placed high in the Tenno Sho Spring. Suzuka Koban had been racing close all along, but he finally took the title here. Let's take a look at the October Tenno Sho Autumn. Simbali Rudolph, described earlier, was the favorite. In addition, in the preliminaries Mainichi Crown, Goldway finished first, Windsor Knot second, and Nihon Pillow winner fourth, and they were also the top favorites in Tenno Sho. Goldway had finished second in the Kikasho the previous year, and Nihon Pillow winner, as you know, is the champion of the mile, and his showdown with Rudolph, the strongest mid to long distance horse in this Tenno Sho, attracted a lot of attention. And wins or not is very consistent in races around 2,000 meters, making him a mid-distance specialist. Rudolph was the strongest in the field, but had several concerns, including his first race after a rest and an unfavorable outside position. However, the race generally went as expected. Except for one thing. On the final stretch, Rudolph was slightly in front, with Windsor Knot and Nihon Pillow winner battling behind. But then the 13th favorite, Gallup Dyna, attacked from further back. He even outran Rudolph for the win. It was an unexpected defeat for Rudolph. Rudolph vowed to win the next Japan Cup. He had finished third in the Japan Cup the previous year. He lived up to expectations and won with flying colors. Second place went to Rocky Tiger, who challenged from a local horse race, achieving the first and second place sweep by Japanese horses in history. This is Simbali Rudolph's sixth win in a Grade 1 race. He will race in Japan for the last time at the upcoming Arima Kinen, after which he will travel overseas. In Arima Kinen, Rudolph and this year's Double Crown winner, Miho Shinzen, were pitted against each other. Simbali Rudolph was always a horse that won by a small margin. This meant that he was saving his strength so as not to overburden the horse. But in this Arima Kinen, his last in Japan, he is said to have given his all. He won by an impressive 4 lengths over the Double Crown winner. His Grade 1 titles won now stand at 7. This is a new record, and a big one that will not be updated for a long time. Thus, Rudolph left Japan with 13 wins in 15 races. Not surprisingly, Simbali Rudolph was named Horse of the Year for the second year in a row. Finally, let's look at the 2-year-old races. Daishin Hubuki won the Asahi Cup 2-year-old stakes, the Grade 1 race in the East, and Katsuragi Haiden won the Hanshin 2-year-old stakes, the Grade 1 race in the West. And there were 2 fillies who were not in Grade 1 races but continued to win strongly, which seemed to be expected. You might want to remember the names of those 2 fillies, Mijiro Limon and Dinah Actress. That's all for this time. Stay tuned for the next installment to see what battles await in 1986. Thank you.